Let's see, the Raiders. So I like the Raiders, man. I made a lot of money on the Raiders last year. Look, let me just kind of sum this up quickly. Is Derek Carr, nobody loves him, but he had his best year last year, in my opinion, as a quarterback. He had nobody to throw to. Antonio Brown went crazy, like literally went crazy before the season last year. That was the start of the whole like next level crazy of Antonio Brown, which we've been dealing with for over a year now. What else? So after that, then Terrell Williams ends up being wide receiver one, which he did okay, but then he got nicked up. You had Hunter Renfrow, the slot guy. He got injured late in the year. Josh Jacobs did really well. So they have pieces, but they had a lot of injuries. The whole right side of their offensive line was hurt for like 8 weeks. The problem was defense over the top. They were giving up too many plays, but I think they fixed, well, at least they added enough pieces in the draft. They were buyers in free agency, which I liked. I like the team going forward, man. Do you have any thoughts on the Raiders and Carr and all this stuff?
I like him, dude. I think Gruden has that Raider swag. I like the quarterback. I do. I like Carr. And I think that they can do good things over there. I think it's going to be electric, moving to a new city like Las Vegas. That'd be cool, man. Just based on that alone will give them some momentum, don't you think?
Give them a little bit of juice. I mean, unfortunately, they're not going to have the crowds in the stadium, unlikely. But here's what I like.
True.
I mentioned before Jerry Jeudy in Denver. Of all the rookie receivers, and we talk about rookie receivers a lot on the show. Of all the rookie receivers, I think the biggest impact is going to be Ruggs. I love that pick for this team because they needed an over-the-top guy. It's what I've been saying about the Packers. Like, if you can't draft a guy, sign a guy. Find somebody to give another dimension to the offense. So Gruden wants the speed there to get behind defenses. Then you have now Terrell Williams is going to be basically running deep ins, deep outs, like all that stuff. That's what he does really well, and he could be over the top as a secondary option. Then you got Hunter Renfrow working the slot. You have some other pieces, but you also have Darren Waller. You also have another tight end there. I always forget his name, so I apologize there. Offensive line healthier. Josh Jacobs was injured at the end of last year. He'll be healthy, and I think the defense will improve, man. Like, I like this team, and I feel like people forget that, the playoffs in the AFC last year, I know the Steelers ended up finishing 7th, but I think the playoffs last year came down to the Raiders versus the Tennessee Titans late in the season. The Titans won that game, went on the run. If the Raiders were healthy, I think they would have won that game, and I think they would have made the playoffs. I think this is a ready-made playoff team, and I don't think they get enough respect. They started the year, Brad, 6.5, which we were definitely on the over, but now the line has shifted to 7.5. Would you be over or under on the Raiders?
Let's go over on the Raiders, baby. Let's have a fun time.
I'm with you, man. I think they're an 8-8 team. I don't know if they make the playoffs. I think their ceiling is 10-6. I think that assuming Carr stays healthy, and they have Mariota there as a backup, so their backup situation's not bad. I don't think Mariota's a threat to take over because, look, the Grudens, both Jay and John, man, they always get crabby at their quarterbacks, right?
I know. They do. They do.
They're never happy with their quarterback.
Yeah,
unless it's like a 40-year-old guy that – but, Carr was like 70% last year as a passer. Like, he was pretty good on a team that couldn't separate. Like, I'm sorry, Mariota's not as good as that. He's just not. And
no, he's not. No.
I could see Gruden maybe flirting with it, but if Mariota's going to drive Gruden crazy, it's just not going to happen. I think Mariota's going to be that guy that comes in, plays wildcat and read option, all that stuff, and for changes of pace. But yeah, Carr, man, I like Carr just fine. I don't love him. I like him. I wouldn't say he's a fantasy football quarterback or anything like that, but I think he's good enough to win some games.
Well, didn't he have a season a few years ago where he was in the running for MVP? Like, didn't he just kind of light it up?
He broke his leg right
then
at the end of the season. Yeah.
Then he kind of got the yips or something.
He did. He had the yips for like 2 years, but last year he was pushing the ball downfield. I feel like those yips are gone. I think it was like a 2-year mental hurdle with, that injury, broken leg, and all that stuff. That has an impact. So I think. Dude, I think they're going to be good. It wouldn't shock me in the least for them to make the playoffs. I don't know that I'm going to make that pick, but I do think that they'll finish 8-8 or above. So I like the team. I like the over. I loved it a lot more when it was 6.5. That was like, my gosh, that was a gimme. But man, I like this team. Even the division. That's why I went on the under with Denver. I just think the Raiders are better than Denver, but with respect, because I think those are 3 tough teams. The first 3 we talked about.